And welcome to Scribe Gaming. I'm your man Scribe, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, just like Smudges in the background. So, I'm doing a new video series right now, and it's called How to Make It as a Free-to-Play. So this is not going to be an in-depth video in this particular instance. This is going to be the high-level overview that I want to go over in the following videos that will form part of this series. So, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I consider myself to be a fairly successful free-to-play player of Galaxy of Heroes. I've been playing for, what about, just under 2.5 years now, and I've gotten a GL, I've gotten almost every single legendary character. The only one that I'm missing at the moment is Jedi Knight Luke, and I've sat at the top of both of the arenas for the majority of my time playing this game. And I've done this not through my own successes or my own smarts or anything like that. I did this by looking at people posting videos, the likes of Warrior with his Pillars Guide and the Reddit forums, lots of discussion, and I used the knowledge that I gained there to set myself on a pathway whereby I gave myself the best chance and the best opportunities to try and push higher in arenas and develop my roster. So I figured that I would then pass on my knowledge from my experiences over the last 2.5 years of playing this game and see if I can help other people that are in a similar situation to I was. Okay, so in this high-level overview, the first thing that we really want to go up and discuss about right now is prioritizing, okay? So I've got 5 things that I want you guys to think about when you're considering prioritizing your gameplay to try and be successful in this game. Now, I'm going to start off by saying that what you determine as being successful in this game is highly subjective, and it is entirely down to you and what you believe is successful. Maybe in your mind, success is completing your roster, or success is being on top of arena, or success is soloing the Sith raid, or success is having maxed out Ewok teams like a complete maniac. I don't judge. You do you. Whatever you find to be successful, that can be your priorities, okay? So the first thing that I think everybody really should be prioritizing in this game is having fun. Guys, this is a game at the end of the day. It's not a job. And if you're not having fun, then you're never going to have the longevity to see out your goals, okay? This game is certainly not a sprint. It's an absolute marathon. Everything in this game takes time. It is a complete time sink, and if you get bored halfway through, then there's no point. So find what you find fun about the game. Find an aspect of the game you find fun, be it the community, be it raid theory crafting, be it, maxing out your Ewoks, you nutcase. Like whatever it is that you find fun, just make sure you put that at the top of your priority list, because there's a lot of things in this game that are slow and monotonous and frustrating, okay? And if you let that be a primary driver in your game, then it's just never going to go well, okay? So now that we got fun out of the way, keep that up at the top. We got to think about everything that feeds into you having fun. Okay. So the second thing that I think is incredibly important in this game is resource management. Now, when I say resource management, I mean resource management from every single aspect of the game. I'm talking about your regular energy, your cantina energy, your credits, your fleet credits, your shipments, what characters you farm, where you place gear, what order you do them in. Everything around that, those resource managements, from farming character shards to applying zetas, you have to do it in a very controlled and thought-out way, rather than flip-flopping and changing focus from one team to another, or switching farms halfway through or 3/4 of the way through. Or I've known people that have stopped farming for a particular legendary when they are on the cusp of being viable to get that character, and started a brand new farm because they've seen a new shiny and they're kleptomaniacs and they're like, oh god, I gotta have that. Ooh, that Jedi Master Luke, he looks tasty. I know I need to relic 15 characters to get him, and I'm 1 relic away from getting SLKR, but Jedi Master Luke. It's like, no, guys. Calm yourself. Finish your current farms. Keep focused. This is all resource management, guys. And there are a limited amount of supplies that you can get. Excuse me, something in my eye. There aren't a limited amount of resources you can get. everything is restricted by time, okay? So your shards are restricted by how much energy you gain in the day, how many times you can refresh a node, how many crystals you have. So you have to think about it in a methodical way. Do not go 90% of the way and start a new farm. Once you commit to a farm, commit to it fully until it's done, okay? In the same vein, make sure that anything that you're putting resources into, you don't overcommit. For example, C3PO requires Ewoks. Not everybody is a nutcase like you and wants R7 Ewoks. So if you're in that band that doesn't want to go crazy on Ewoks and, you know, have crazy yub teams, then just invest enough gear and enough resources and mod management into that team to qualify for the 3PO event and unlock 3PO at 7 stars. Don't be taking these Ewoks to relics. Take them to, like, gear 10. Put a Zeta on Sherpa, maybe. Get some good speed mods on them just for the event and then scale it back. You don't want to overcommit unless you really like that team. That goes back into rule number 1, have fun, okay? So this is all going into it, and I will go into this deeper in its own dedicated video, but for now, we'll just leave it at that for resource management. So the third thing that I really want to talk about is the arenas, okay? Again, this is all feeding up into resource management and then into fun, okay? So if we look at fun and we think you're a nutcase and you want amazing Ewoks, yeah? In order to have amazing Ewoks, you need to have the resources to feed into them, yeah? In order to efficiently get those resources, you need to have the means to do that. The means usually comes from crystals. Crystals feeds everything in this game. Everything from gaining additional energy to farm additional character shards, buying rare and expensive gear pieces, perhaps, depending on where you are in the game, refreshing character nodes, refreshing energy to earn gear, everything. Everything stems from crystals, and crystals is the premium currency of Galaxy of Heroes, as I'm sure everybody here is aware. Now, the prime source of gaining crystals, especially on a frequent daily basis, is going to be Squad and Fleet Arena. You need to prioritize these zones if you want to do anything in a timely manner. I'm not saying you can't get Relic Ewoks without placing well in arenas. I'm saying it's just going to take you a hell of a lot longer. So make sure that you are prioritizing at least a little bit into getting decently high to decent crystal payouts in both of these areas. And don't come at me and say it's not possible, because it is entirely possible. Even against Wales, I do it, people do it every single day. Okay? I know it's hard and I know it's difficult, especially if you are working off the back foot in an old shard and you've never prioritized it before. But in this day and age, it is entirely possible to get up high in arenas. So make sure that they are a focus. Again, I will do a separate video on how to prioritize your farming for both Fleet and Squad Arena in order to hit good payouts, okay? So the last thing that I really want to talk about, I suppose it's a bit of a two-parter, is guilds, okay? Guilds are, I wouldn't say they are the highest priority for you, but they are incredibly important because guilds give you access to raids, in particular the Heroic Sith raid, which gives you Gear 12 and Gear 12 plus pieces on a more frequent basis, but also territory battles and territory wars. The better your guild, the better the rewards that you get from these individual zones, okay? You don't have to be able to go in with your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and solo the Heroic Sith raid to benefit from being in a big guild, okay? You just need to get into a guild, and even a person with only one 7-star character can rock up to a guild and say, hey, look, I'm a daily player, I'm looking to grow, I'm going to get you your 600 tickets a day. Can you please let me in your guild if you have a spot? And this could be a 200 million GP guild, okay? And these could have all the heroic raids on farm. These guys could be doing pretty well in GOTB, both light side and dark side. Maybe they're getting, I don't know, 10 stars in light side Geo. Maybe they're getting 20, 25 stars in dark side Geo. Don't know. A lot of the times, people don't always necessarily want you to have some 4 million, 5 million GP roster. I'm talking about in this sort of bracket for raids, in order to let you join the team. If you give them a commitment, you show that you are driven and you're willing to come in and turn up every single day, and you want to focus on your roster and develop into a good roster that's going to benefit the guild in the long term, there are guilds that will take that on just for those 600 tickets a day, okay? So put yourself in a position whereby you can start earning good rewards from the guild-based events, such as TB, territory wars, and raids, okay? And the sooner you do it, the better, because I guarantee you everybody at the top of your shard in arena, fleet, and in squad are going to be in good guilds that are earning good rewards. Again, we're going to go into guild-specific events in another video, okay? And the last thing that I would say you should focus on is absolutely nothing else. I know you guys are probably thinking, GAC, focus on GAC. I disagree, okay? If you focus on the first lot, it feeds into your GAC. Now, I'm not one that advocates building your roster in a certain way so that you get easy matchups in GAC. I don't believe you should be scrimping on Zetas, and I don't believe you should be scrimping on gear and relics, okay? Because whilst they do benefit you from a GAC perspective, whereby you will get easy opponents because, let's say, you haven't wasted resources on the lower areas, but you've got a bunch of Relic 0 characters with Zetas where they count, and perhaps then you've got some Gear 11 teams that are good and are able to counter and punch above their weight, and you're very focused, and you've got a GL at 2 million GP. It's like, yes, you can do that. You can, but I feel it hurts you in other areas of the game, okay? It hurts you in other areas of the game. So, and the rewards from GAC are not that great. They're good, but you do not need to perform well in order to really benefit, okay? You can still do perfectly well in GAC whilst having a very well-developed roster, a very top-heavy roster, okay? And you can still hit Kyber, and you can still get those good rewards. The side of GAC in which you should focus on really is modding, okay? And this is really the last bonus round that you should focus on. This is going to form part of my arenas section that will come later, but I wanted to throw it in here at the end just so it doesn't get completely neglected. You do need to focus on mods. Mods are eternal. Squads come and go, but mods will always, forever be relevant, and even more so now with the advent of the 6E to 6A mods. Okay, so we will be going over in resource management how you need to prioritize mods into your overall plan. Okay, so that's really what we're going to discuss today. I'm giving you a brief high-level overview of how I would like to see people try and go about their free-to-play life efficiently. Now, this video series is aimed at free-to-play crowd. However, the principles behind it apply just as much to a pay-to-play community. So you can take the same principles and you can apply it to what you're doing now, and you can have an even faster developing roster that will help you reach your goals at a quicker pace, because you're able to supplement this with a little bit of money or a lot of bit of money, depending on where you are in your spending habits. Okay, so I'm going to end it there, but please keep an eye out for the first video in this series that we'll be releasing very, very shortly. Thank you for joining me, guys. If you can check the description down below, you'll find links to all my social media accounts, my Twitter, my Twitch, my Discord. Come join all of these, make fun of me, tell me I'm dumb and stupid, but also say, hey, you've got a really nice cat, and I like you for that. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. Just giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and without your support, I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.